Hey guys, and I'm back with good news. I finished up jungle terrain and I'm very happy about that. So let's start. I have a lot of different pieces for this terrain, and let's start with the big ones. So the big ones are these large boards. First of all, I wanted to make them smaller in half, but they came out bigger, so I had to adjust and make these little rocks. Let me zoom in. Sure, you can see these rocks right there, and put more of a greens, flock and everything there. While here I kept it more, so to speak, empty. But still they have a lot of different decorations inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can see here I have different leaves that fell off from the trees and everything. So yeah, sorry. So there I have 3 pieces of those. Actually, let me show you every single one of them, because at the end of the day they're kind of similar but different at the same time. So for this actually terrain I used a different flock. It's not the GW one, it's different. And if you may know, there's such channel on YouTube, it's called Terrain Tutor, and he actually suggested when you flock something, after it dries out, make a 50-50 mix of water and white PVA glue and spray it on top with a spraying bottle. That's exactly what I did, but I use a brush instead of the spray. And that actually is solid. The flock is solid now. But I can't say the same about the leaves. I tried to cover them as well with the mixture. Oh no, actually some of them are... This one is very... you can see it just broke off. But this one, it's kind of very... it's very durable. It's like a rock now. And what I did for these leaves, I actually bought some tea, actual tea, and yeah, I used it. So here I have I have 2 different teas basically. I have a Scandinavian tea, and then I have a how's it called? Irish moss. Yeah, Scandinavian tea and Irish moss. That's what I have. And for the Irish moss, I actually, when it glued down, I went back with brown wash and washed it. And I'm very pleased how it actually added to the terrain as a whole. And it's you can actually tell that this might be actual jungle with different branches and everything that are between the trees and everything. So there I have the big pieces here. So next up I have these smaller pieces right here, and before making them I didn't want to glue any plants on the base, but when I started working with it I actually noticed that it needs some vegetation on the base. So I added some, and I'm very pleased how it turned out. Let me actually zoom in as well. Funny part about making this terrain is that when I was making it I noticed that I'm running out of the vegetation very fast, so I had to run to the shop to buy more, and they sold out on it, and then next day I had to come back again and they sold out of it. So I went to the shop 3 times and bought every single of this purple vegetation and this green one, because that's what I wanted for my set. So yeah, there you have the two small ones, and they are actually my favorite ones. I like them the most. I think they fit the table very well, and yeah, I'm really pleased how they turned out. I have these 2 small rocks as well. I am very happy how they turned out. They're very basic, but they're very fun, and you can play around and setting up the terrain with them and whatnot. So yeah, there's those. Now this is what I'm very pleased about. I'm very pleased about this lake. I wanted to make a lake a very long time ago, and I was trying out how to make this gloss with a white PVA glue, and it didn't turn out as I wanted. But then I had a suggestion, just the guys from the club, one particular guy who is a terrain maker, told me just paint it as you want with blue or greens. So I went with his advice and I painted it green, and I'm very pleased how it turned out. I am happy. You can't see it on camera, but he has this flowiness of a lake. There's 3 to 4 different green colors in it. So yeah, I'm very happy. And if you start to set up the terrain, you can make a lot of different like options, like how you want it to look and whatnot. And so yeah, I'm very pleased with the lake. I like it. Now I have the small ones. I made there's 4, 6, 8 of them, and these ones were very fun to make. I like them. Let me actually show you the smallest one. Where is it? Here it is. So there's the smallest one, and compared to the biggest one, I think that's the one you can see. And I'm very happy how they turned out. The idea behind these small pieces is that you can put them together, put some lichen on the side, some rocks, and you will have an impossible terrain. So yeah, a lot of going on in the bases. A lot of different plants, vegetation and whatnot. And yeah, I'm very pleased how they turned out. And all of this project took me to finish up 1 week. It took me exactly 1 week to finish it up, and while I was working I actually managed to finish the Sherlock series. I just marathoned it for 1 week, and I'm very happy that I had something to watch, and something interesting to watch, so to speak. Yeah, so as you can see, I have on this bigger one I have different kinds of vegetation. And one thing that I'm not happy about is that on the terrain tutor he taught on one of his videos that the best glue to glue on this aquarium plants is to use a hot glue, but it didn't work out to me. It was just peeling off from the base. The vegetation was falling off, so I had to buy the super glue, and it took quite a while to dry. So yeah, that's that. So I would basically recommend super glue instead of hot glue, but everyone has their own opinion. So once again, a smaller one. Again, we have some of the long ones. Yeah, I'm very happy how they turned out. I think it brings color to the table and liveliness, and it's very cinematic, so to speak, when you're playing and making a battle report. Yeah, and I didn't cut corners to making this terrain. I spent my time. I just didn't want to put one big plant and on the base and glue it and call it a day. And no. I wanted to make it very dense and impossible to walk through, like in actual jungles. It's very difficult to walk through the forest. So yeah, there's that. And last but not least, I have these 2 hills, rock hills that I made. Let me show you this first. I was very skeptical how will they turn out, will they be good or not. And when I started painting them, I noticed that they are getting better. So yeah, a lot of dirt on it, a lot of grass, a lot of stone, and I'm pretty pleased how they turned out. The only issue that I have is that when you will transport them, the brown color will touch the gray, and it will be painting the gray over, because it didn't. When you actually stuck the finger and you see it has brown paint on my finger, I think it's just because I use a lot of I didn't water the paint down, so that's why it is. But regardless, I am very happy with the result. This hill is my favorite one of the 2. I can put it on top a little bit. I like it a lot. It's very big, very rocky, filled with a lot of different textures that I want to incorporate. The one more thing that I wanted to add to the hills, but I'm not sure if I will, is more vegetation, because you know in jungle you have a lot of vegetation on hills and everything, and what I was planning to do is glue some of it on, but when I started looking at it, I didn't feel the look, so I don't know, guys. Please let me know in the comment how you feel about if should I make these bushes or not. It will add some level of more texture, but I don't know. But let me set up the terrain on the table and you can look at it all together. So there you have it. That's the terrain. As you can see, when it's all set up, it actually looks like a proper jungle. It has that feel. You can play around it as you want, and yeah, and that's the vegetation that I was talking about on the hills. So be sure to just tell me how do you think, should I incorporate it on the terrain or not. And yeah, and one more thing, so that I have a little size comparison with the basic Space Marine, how big the terrain is. So there he is, all in his glory, standing the dense jungle.